topic is PHP with MySQL database connectivity. So we all know about PHP. It is a server-side scripting language. It is used to develop static websites, dynamic websites and other web applications. So nowadays we are using only dynamic websites. PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor, but in earlier it stood for personal home pages, but now we are referring it as Hypertext Preprocessor. Now coming to SQL, so MySQL is a relational database management system. It is mainly based on structured query language. So using the structured query language, we can create, insert, we can create databases, we can insert data, we can delete the data and we can retrieve the data using the select command. So this MySQL is a relational database management system. It is mainly used in data warehousing, e-commerce and other login applications. Here login applications refers to the username and password credentials. So for storing the username and password in the form of a database, we can use MySQL in web applications and web databases. And then coming to the basic concept of database. So what do you mean by a database? It is nothing but a systematic collection of data. That is, example, student database, employee database, invoice databases and other databases stored in companies, schools, colleges, etc. So these databases support storage and other manipulations of data. So databases makes data management very easier. So database is an important concept through which we can store, group many related data and fields in the particular field. So student database. So this is an example for a student database. So in the student database, you are having different types of fields. That is, in the student table, you are having student ID, first name, last name. These are all different types of fields or columns. And in the student courses, you are having different types of fields. And in the courses, you are having different types of fields. So these three tables are grouped under the heading student database. So database, under the database, you are having three different types of tables. Each table is having specific number of fields. So these fields should be represented using the data types. So we can store such types of databases in MySQL, and for processing and coding we can use PHP. For example, if you are giving a student ID, your system should generate the hall ticket. So these students databases will be stored in MySQL, and using the PHP, when you are giving a student ID, your coding should process the hall ticket generation and it should retrieve from the database. So like this, we can use PHP and MySQL. So for PHP for front-end coding and MySQL for back-end storage of database. So I have given another example for database. So this is a movie database. So in this movie database, there are different types of fields. For example, in the movie table, there are different types of fields, and movie director is another table, movie stars are another table, movie genres are another table. So using in these tables, there are different types of fields. These fields are represented as int and varchar. So int is a data type, varchar is a data type using SQL language, and primary, it is a constraint. That is, this field should not be a null one and it should be a unique one. And for these varchar, you can set the length. For example, the title of the movie should be up to 100 characters and the image URL name should be up to 255 characters. Like this, you can set the length for the field. So these are all fields: int, float, varchar, text. These are all data types, and these data types can be based on these constraints such as primary and unique. That is, that particular field should not be null and it should be a unique one. So this is another example for a database in MySQL, that is relational database architecture. And the next is first step in database connectivity. So I have categorized the database connectivity into two parts. So what is the basic thing, how to create a database in MySQL? So what is the first step is we have to create a database in MySQL. Under this database, we can create many number of tables. As in student database, we can create many number of relational tables. And for a table, we can create many number of columns such as student ID, student name. Like that, we can create many number of columns. and each columns should have a specific data type. For example, the ID should be represented as integer, the name of the student varchar, and with primary key and unique constraints. So like this you can create a database, and you can create subtables inside the database, you can create columns inside the database using these data types, and we can create a entire database as a in a MySQL connection. And the next is how to establish the connection with the PHP. So you have created a database in MySQL. Now you have to establish the connection with the PHP. So you can set a username and password for your database. Usually the default username is root, and you can set the password. In order to establish a connection between PHP and MySQL, you have to give this syntax. So $MySQL, you know that dollar represents the variable declaration. So MySQL equal to MySQL underscore connect is a keyword. Usually localhost is the area where you will be running your PHP coding, and username and password and the database name. These things can be given inside these brackets. Using this connection syntax, you can connect your PHP with the MySQL database. For example, if you have created a student database, you have to give the name as student database. So like this you can connect, and if you find any error in your connection, you can give this coding, that is error number. So the output will be the connection failed with the error number will be generated. So like this you can create a simple database using MySQL. You can create tables inside that database, and you can give a connection with PHP and MySQL. So you have to write the coding, entire coding for the PHP. So how to connect using the exam server will be given in the form of a demo URL in the next slide. So I have given a link for that database connectivity using XAMPP and PHP with MySQL. So you watch this link, you will be very clear about how to create a database, and also I have sent that link individually in the group classroom code. So using that you can watch this URL. You will have a clear idea about how to practically connect the PHP and MySQL using the coding, and how to create a database in MySQL. So like this we can give a connection, and after that we can write SQL queries to retrieve the data from the database. So this is a simple connectivity. You watch this video later. Thank you.